Okay, welcome Gemini. Welcome Gemini. Gemini, you're in for a special treat because I too am a Gemini and I will be reading for you for the month of December. A little bit about me. I am primarily an astrologer. I've been doing astrology for over 20 years professionally. I've also done tarot professionally along with the astrology for about 10 years. And what I would do is I would just draw up a chart, which I still do in my personal readings. I draw up a chart, and between you and another person, I see where you guys fit, where you guys may clash, things like that. And then I draw the tarot to come up with intuitive messages that maybe the chart doesn't pick up, or maybe that I may miss in the chart. This is my first deck. When I first started, I used to read playing cards. This was the only deck that I used, and it worked out very well, got very good results. But I ended up creating my own deck here called the Decision Guide, and I have topics and questions. I also have some timing that I pull. We're using the Romance Oracle, using the Radiant deck, the Gilded deck, and then the Easy Tarot, and then the Rider-Waite Tarot mini deck to clarify. So we're all set here. I also pull from the I-Ching, which I love immensely. I also have some astrology cards that I use if I feel like I need to use them. Most of the time I use those in my astrology readings. So let's get started. I'm not doing personal readings right now. I'll put the schedule up for when I'm getting ready to do personal readings. And I don't know why I'm shuffling. It's a habit. When you're sitting here, I just start shuffling. But I've already shuffled for you all. I'll start doing personal readings sometimes in February or March. Okay, hold on. Let me shuffle again because that is, let me shuffle again because honestly, that's too close to the last reading, and I just like to make sure. Sometimes you can shuffle so much you'll shuffle right back in the same position, and I don't want to do that either. I want to make sure I'm getting the full independent reading of each sign. Okay, just a little bit extra. Just a little bit extra. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right. So this is how your partner feels about you. And this is how, this is what's blocking it. And this is what they really, really want to do. Okay. So when we look at the High Priestess in reverse, for the most part, it's it's more of a fact that this person feels as though they don't really, I'm going to say they don't really know you. I don't want to say they don't really trust you, but they feel as though you're hiding an aspect of yourself. They feel as though they can't feel you or gauge you intuitively, right? Um, they're feeling like, I know that she or he likes me, but I'm not really able to feel that. And what's blocking is the Eight of Cups in reverse for them. And with the Eight of Cups in reverse, it could be because they are kind of just clinging on to something that has happened in regards to them in the past as well, right? Which is causing them not to be able to feel you, right? And but this is what they really want. Like, they really want to start something with you, Gemini. This is the Ace of Wands. They feel very passionate towards you. They want to just rush in and get started on something with you, but they're clinging to the past and they feel as though they can't really gauge how you feel. They're like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she really likes me. I don't know how she really feels. So I'm going to clarify the High Priestess in reverse, and I'm going to clarify the Eight of Cups, and I'm going to clarify the Ace of Wands, and we're going to see where we're going with this. So that's boom, boom, ha ha, boom, ha. Okay, so all right, this person is too dependent on what you're thinking. So because I'm going to clarify that Chariot in reverse. You got the Lover's card. They want to be with you really bad. They want to be with you a lot. Because that is actually in the what's blocking stage. They have these strong feelings, but yet they're still clinging on to the past. But it's in the upright position. Okay. All right. So basically what they're saying is that they can't really feel you. They don't know where if you really like them or not. They can't really tell where you're coming from. The Fool is in the upright position, which shows that deep down they want to take a chance on this. If they could feel you, they would. If they had a little bit more reassurance as to how to get with you. Also, they're clinging on to the past, which is a blockage. But it's defined by the Lover's card, which means that deep down, what they really want is a union. They really want a union. I'm not thinking that this is the union of the past. I think what they had in regards to the past is actually blocking the union that they want with you, right? And they really want to charge forward, but then we have the Eight of Wands in reverse, which is showing and very reflective of the fact that they feel pretty insecure in regards to something that they've just walked away from. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can get those cards in there, because we're getting ready to go to the next spread here, because these spreads can go so fast. Like, I try not to get too stuck on them because each spread clarifies the previous one. So they're clinging on to the past, but this feels like a person who just loves love. They love love, because even in the blocking position, the Lover's cup in the upright position was that way. Now, it could be that they're clinging on to their last relationship, the last remnants of that. What we'll do is we will continue to see in these other spreads. So earmark that Lover in the blocked position, clarifying the Eight of Cups in reverse. I always tell people to bring your pen and pad, and I say that throughout. so that you have time to go run and get one. Write this stuff down because I don't remember everything, and you may come to me for a reading and you need to hold me accountable and tell me what some of the readings were about. However, remember, these are general readings and they're picking up on general information. So, it may or may not resonate with you. Okay? All right. So the next reading we're going to do is how they feel about you, how you feel about them, and what the real reality is of this. Okay? How they feel about you, Gemini, how you feel about them, and what the reality of the overall relationship is. Okay? All right. Remember, I'll probably start readings the first quarter of next year, between February, March, something like that. I still do face-to-face, but I'm expanding because I've had people say that I need to get on here, educate people a little bit on a few things. I'm keeping it real simple with these in the beginning. As the channel grows, I'm going to share some really deep insights with you. I do life coaching. I do all kinds of other things in regards to alignment. And my goal is to make sure that you all get aligned in this life. Okay. Great, great. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how they feel about you, how you feel about them, and what the reality of the overall relationship is. Okay. The way they feel about you is they feel insecure because they can't feel you, Gemini, because they can't really make out whether you like them or not. They feel insecure. We have 10 of Cups in reverse. They're like, oh, wow, I really want to move forward with the Ace of Wands. I really want a love relationship, even though I kind of just got out of something. I'm ready to get into this with them, but I feel insecure. The way you feel, which is typical of a Gemini, is you're like, get your shit together, or I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna walk. But I'm gonna encourage you to do something a little bit different, Gemini. And I'm gonna work with you all in particular. I'm not being partial, but a lot of people misread Gemini's actions. And since I am a Gemini, I'm gonna guide you on how to kind of get in touch with your intuition and feelings a little bit more. Not really get in touch with them because we're very in touch with them, but we have a hard time communicating them to people. We do have your energy very strong here in the overall reality of the relationship. So you have the power in this relationship with the Queen of Swords. But what's happening is you're coming off to this person and they want you to come off more cuppish. They want you to be a little bit more emotional, right? And deep down, you really are emotional. In your mind, you really have invested a lot with this Eight of Cups here. But one thing about Gemini is no matter how much we invest, if we feel as though that the person doesn't really get us, we tend to move on. Because a lot of times people don't realize Gemini is in search of their long lost twin. And if they get with somebody and that person is misunderstanding them, accusing them of being cold and harsh when they're really being cuppy and warm and emotional, but the person doesn't perceive it as that, Gemini gets frustrated. So we're going to work a little bit this year on helping Gemini not get so frustrated and move so quickly, but yet still maintain your Queen of Swords status, right? Because you want to get to the bottom of this. You want to cut this little misunderstanding completely out, and you want to move forward with the relationship. You want to slash through all of the crap. You want to get to the bottom of it, and your impatience with it makes you seem less emotional than what someone really wants. But you're very emotional, but you just don't have a lot of patience, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about that throughout the year of 2019 to see if we can actually assist with some of those things, okay? And since I am an astrologer, I can actually give advice for other signs as well. But of course, Gemini is particularly close to my heart. So um, we have the Queen of Swords as the overall uh, reality of the relationship. So you're running this relationship, basically. You're in control of it. You're in control of it. So now we're going to talk about, put that underneath there. Now we're going to talk about what your partner wishes they could tell you, but they are afraid. Remember, Gemini, you're in control of this particular relationship. Your partner is very afraid about confiding in you, how intimidated they feel towards you emotionally. You make them feel very, very insecure and a little bit intimidated. And you give him or her the impression that you're more emotionally uninvested than you really are, which you really are very emotionally invested, but they don't think that you are, right? So what they really want to tell you, there's that Eight of Cups again. What they really want to tell you is that they want to work on this. Please don't walk away. Remember when you were going to walk away in the last spread, it came up again because I have severe anxiety about losing you. They're afraid to tell you that. So the Eight of Pentacles in an upright position, this person wants to work with you on this relationship, but they're afraid you're going to leave them. They feel this. This is in their spread. This person feels this. So you actually have a very intuitive partner here. And one thing about people who are extremely intuitive is they feel things, and sometimes their feelings can kind of get away from them. This person seems like they're pretty intuitive. They picked up on the fact that you're ready to move on to other horizons, but they don't want you to leave because they want to work on it, and they want to tell you that they're up every night thinking about this. They're so they're so anxious about it, you know, that they just can't seem to get themselves together. So let's pull a decision guide. Let's pull on the decision guide here. See what we can come up with. We didn't even really need to do a whole lot of clarifying for you. So okay. All right. So this card flipped over. Okay. Their advantage. All right, so when their advantage comes up, you see how insecure this person feels. They need to feel like they feel as though this union is in their favor. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to sit down. You need to make sure that this union is in your favor, but you need to prove to them that it's also in their favor. So you're going to have to prove your emotions to them, Gemini. You're going to have to stretch yourself emotionally because there's a lot of passion here. All right? You feel passion. They feel passion. You know, they feel that, right? So use your passion to show them that this is to their advantage. One thing about Gemini that Gemini does is Gemini may not feel very emotional, but Gemini has a lot of passion. And what happens is if we use that passion, like if you guys are physical at all, like during that time, tell them how you feel, allow yourself to be vulnerable within those throes of passion. Of course, don't say anything that you don't mean. Okay. Also ask yourself, are there any truths that you are denying, right? So if you can come up with any truths that you may be denying to help you get in touch with your feelings, because a lot of times if you process your emotions cerebrally, um, it may cause you to deny deep truths that could actually help you tap into your emotions a little bit better so that that person doesn't feel that you are so out of touch with your emotions, even though, like I said, we know that you're not, but this is how they view you, right? January, you can clear this up within the next 2 months. Okay, the universe is going to give you a couple of months to turn this thing around. They're behind you. So January is the timeline on that. This is November. You have time to make them feel that this is with to their advantage, and that you use your passion to do this. And also, children look like they may be involved. If they have children, definitely appeal to that. Let them see that you're, concerned about their children, that you're concerned about, anything surrounding their life that they may be concerned about. Just share in their concerns and don't walk away. Give this relationship a chance, because the Eight of Cups came up twice because you're thinking about walking away. I know how we do, Gemini. If it doesn't look like it's going right, we hurry up and walk away. That's our way of saving ourselves emotional trauma. But the spirit is wanting you to develop a little bit deeper in your emotional sphere and give this a chance, okay? By you proving yourself emotionally to this person, what's actually happening is you're strengthening your own emotional muscles, okay? So you got to work on this partnership. It is going to be to their advantage and your advantage, okay? So we know that your advantage is this is going to help you build your emotional muscles, and it's going to make you look like the high priestess, okay? For no reason whatsoever, you're about to be rewarded with abundance and great luck. Don't question why, just enjoy. You could try sharing your luck with others and put aside a little for the future. So you're about to be blessed with quite a bit of abundance, whether it's abundance in money, abundance in emotional support, abundance in spirituality. It's asking that you share. So when you share that abundance, it's going to let this person feel like this is to their advantage. It's going to make them feel like, oh, she really cares about me, or he really cares about me. And they're not as cold as I thought they were. And they're not really the Ace of Swords, at the Queen of Swords, like I thought. So this is gonna actually be a good thing, a good growing process for you. Mix this up in here, and we're gonna let that be your assignment for December. And stay tuned for more videos from me. Subscribe to the channel and click on the bell so that you can get notifications about when I put up things for Gemini. Your reading was very, very straightforward. I normally take 25 to 30 minutes on each reading. Your reading took about 24 minutes, 23, 24 minutes. And so I'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in. Have a blessed